Hello everybody, welcome back to some Fallout 4. Picking up where we left off, we searched out the southwest of the park, or outside of the park, to the southwest. So this time we're gonna head to the northeast area outside the park, and immediately fail a jump apparently. Now this part probably won't be very long because there's only a handful of locations, like 4 or 5 I think, and none of them have anything of any real significance, which is weird. I mean, the most significant thing we can't even do right now, as it's the one and only settlement in the DLC, but you have to finish this part of the DLC before you can even acquire it. Because you either need to finish the DLC until the one gang betrays you and like you finish taking over the park.
What's that?
Or you need to do the alternate ending to the DLC, which is to go in and kill everyone. Who the hell's that guy? Oh, disciples.
This is the urge of the super mutant.
Oh, Wixon Shovel Museum. This one, once again, wasn't even on.
I was just getting started. That last one died too fast. I'm losing my touch.
Am I right?
It's very weird. The shovel was used by our 16th President Abraham Lincoln's cousin's neighbor to prepare a latrine hole in 1862 that the president himself might have used. Wow. Alright. Yeah, look at that shovel. Used by actor Keith McKinney in the film Ditch Diggers of Dusseldorf, this shovel was actually the stunt prop for the McKinney shovel used in the more dangerous action sequences. So this isn't even the shovel. It's an alternate shovel. Alright, so what is this? Wixon's? Because, yeah, this one wasn't on... Like I said, for some reason, there is a bunch of stuff missing off of my my map that I've been using to keep track of everything. Alright, well... It looks like there's nothing of importance here anyway. The item you see before you is not technically a shovel, but an example of the long-handled spade, most popular sometime between April 3rd and April 7th. Wow. 1963, and it's not even here.
I'm not sure what's worse, wearing a tie or wearing a teddy bear.
Private Jean-Luc Allard used this very shovel as he followed Napoleon's horse in ceremonial parades throughout Europe. Please do not touch. Alright, so this was a shit shovel. The first shovel originated in Neolithic times and was probably made using an animal shoulder blade. This is a replica of what that shovel may have looked like if it were made in modern times in Mexico. And once... Oh. It's supposed to be in there, but not. You know what game I kind of want to replay? Far Cry Primal. It's a good game. I enjoyed that. No plaques on the center ones. Guess not. Shovel Museum. Good lord. British shovel fighters were some of the most feared and deadly warriors of the Revolutionary War. They were known for their pristine ditches and the uncanny ability to deflect rifle shot. I mean, to be fair, a shovel could probably deflect a musket shot. I mean, I'm not saying that it would be easy to do. Obviously, you're still, having to deflect a shot, but
Killing beats stealing any day.
if you managed it, it would definitely work, I feel. Alright. File corrupted. Corrupted. I'm just going to assume corrupted. It is with a heavy heart that I announce that today is my last day at the Shovel Museum. After almost 7 years working here, I have decided to accept a job at the Museum of Mops and Buckets, and will be moving there soon with my family. Done amazing things together. I'll never forget any of you. Thanks for everything. Wow. All right.
Misha really only has one rule around here. Don't get caught.
Yeah. Bathroom. Yeah. Oh, bullets. All right. So that's the Shovel
Best thing
Museum.
about wearing a mask, not having to look like I care when people talk to me.
Woohoo! I guess. I mean, it's a museum about shovels. Didn't really expect much from it. Still very weird that it wasn't on my map. Very weird. Now, is this marker now? That could be. I don't think I actually have any stingwing meat, so you know what? I actually will take this. Okay, that's got to be just stuff for the park. I'm going to assume. Because the park is right there, so that does make sense. Although I am curious about this building. Funnel cake. Different entrance to Nuka-World. Oh no, not a rad rat.
You're gonna regret this.
Oh god, there was more of them. Didn't know that there was a different entrance. Oh, well. It's obviously boarded up, so it doesn't matter, but still. I don't think you can build in any of the areas in the park either. You take them over, you go in, you do a thing to take them over, and then you assign it to one of the gangs. And I think that's it. Like, I don't think that you actually get to build anything, scrap anything. I mean, maybe you do and I'm just forgetting. Look, gazelles. But, I'm reasonably certain that you don't. If you can build stuff, maybe it's just like a little bit or something. Because I don't think anything can come under attack. Because as I said, I can't remember who said it. They called it a fortress, which is more or less accurate once you put a wall around it. I mean, nope, that's not crouch. Go.
We going to get moving soon?
You. Now it does say caution, which leads me to believe that I should have a red marker on my compass, but I do not see one.
Huh?
Like, who just said that?
The hell's going on?
Just heard somebody say, huh.
Hey, come on back. Let's finish this.
Is it really dickheads that are up there?
Whoa!
Oh, look at that. There's somebody up there. I guess it probably would have been a lot easier to stealth this if I had started from further back instead of going right underneath it, but...
What? Don't want to play no more?
Nope, not really. You know, recently in Starfield, I got
Running was a
the recon laser sight, which marks people. It's not nearly as good as the recon scopes in this game. Because when you mark them in that game, it marks them, but for a very limited amount of time. That's weird. Because like it marks them, it lets you see them through walls. It actually marks them a lot better than this does. It gives you like a heat outline, like a heat signature for them that you can see through walls and everything. So you can actually see what they're doing, not just like a little marker above their head like the recon scopes do in this game. But like I said, it barely lasts at all. Like, okay, well, you know what? I have a feeling that everybody is dead over here. This is probably just the captain and
don't leave anything behind.
the Assaultron. Although I don't know who killed that guy, because that one wasn't me. Gage may have, I guess. I think Gage uses a handmade rifle as well, which is pretty decent, but I don't know like if it's modded at all or not. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, it looks like it has the same disciple operator paint job that I have, but that doesn't really tell me a whole lot. Also, really annoying, the armor. I guess I didn't say this last time, but the armor to get certain upgrades, they added a bunch more requirements for the different upgrades. Like to get the deep pockets upgrade, you need scavenger rank 2, and that's for like a bunch of different upgrades they added, so that you need just like these random perks, and it's very, very annoying. Because, I mean, why do we need those perks for these specific ones? Like, yeah, they're better than anything else we can get, but still, most of the, like, let's be honest, most of the stuff that you get for, oh wow, another guy walking around with full X, well, it might not be full XO1, but it's an XO1 suit anyway. And kill him. Oh my god, that guy has a fucking Batman. Oh god. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Oh, good lord. There we go. Can't be having that. Thing. I also like how it's not like it's too far outside of the range to like properly animate apparently. So it's like somebody moving an action figure. Dickhead enemies with fat man. Ridiculous. I should be the only one allowed to nuke people. Also, as you can see there, I did buy a bunch more ammo as I was digging around with Gage, so I now have like 2,200 rounds for this thing. Because I guess they were nice enough, like, you know, when they added these guns and gave it a separate thing, and then we're like, alright, but we're not going to give you any ammo in the base game. Which, you know, is kind of a dickhead move, considering that you can get legendary versions of them to drop in the base game. But, I mean, I guess none of the enemies would be using it, so. But, Grenade, heavy combat, Stimpack, okay, T51 and T60 I don't care about. To be fair, I don't care about the XO1 set either unless it's full. If it's a full set, then I'll take it, but or attempt to. It's probably way too heavy. Fusion cell. See, and I have a feeling that that guy probably wasn't even in that suit of armor until I shot the commander. Because it's not very often. I don't think, like, unless you're going up against the Brotherhood, I don't really think that you get multiple people in power armor. So, I mean, he is a captain. X1 helmet, left arm, and torso. So yeah, it's not even a full set, so I'm not even going to bother. Not sure if you can buy power armor anywhere. Recon team. Corporal Tornin. It's been over a week since Sergeant Lanier took the recon team to the Nuka-World bottling plant. A day after they left, our scouts started seeing those weird glowing lurks crawling all over the place there. We tried drawing a few of them away, but those things are way tougher than any lurk I've seen before, or I've ever seen. I've tried to send a runner back to HQ for reinforcements. Until they get back, there's really not much we can do to help beyond keeping the base camp held down. How do I do that? Like, tougher than any lurk I've ever seen. But I said seen before, despite it not being on the screen, and yet it still means the exact same thing. It's very weird. Taking control of this outpost as ranking officer, Sergeant Lanier has decided to lead the recon team to perform a more thorough search of the Nuka-Cola bottling plant. One of the privates asked why she was leading the team herself, and after she knocked a couple of his teeth out, she explained that something about it just felt hinky to her. No idea what that means, but I'm not stupid enough to argue with her. Now that I've seen more of it, I have to say this Nuka-World place is pretty strange. I can't possibly imagine what practical use a place like this would be. It's almost like a series of forts, but the pre-war gates don't even seem to have doors. If not for the frequent radiation storms, it would almost be the ideal place. If we can find a good toehold to start pushing the raiders out, this could be huge. Having been sent with a moderate detachment to explore the western areas of Commonwealth, we came upon the Nuka-World transit station. After putting a bullet into some guy who's obviously acting as a lure, we decided against trying to use the monorail and hoofed it over the mountains. Rougher terrain than we initially thought, and we've lost comms with Gunner HQ. No matter, we've run off comms before, and if things go south, a follow-up team will be sent our way. One of our recruits mentioned that he'd heard some kind of trading post out here. A lot of possibilities there. We've set up a base camp at Bradberton overpass for now, and I'll be sending recon teams out soon. Why do they do that to me? Why are these backwards? Like, why? Who in the development team got all 4 of these logs and is like, you know what, I'm just going to fuck with anybody who finds it, because obviously they're going to start at the top and read their way down. So I'm going to put them backwards. Like, what a dick. Alright. Private Benson said he'd heard of some sort of trading post to the south at Nuka-World, something called Nuka-Town, USA, but that intel is clearly out of date. Recon scouts have reported the location of a substantial raider encampment, easily one of the biggest we've ever seen in the Commonwealth. Unless we can gain a fortified location and bring in reinforcements, there is no chance of taking that place. Recon team to the north has reported on the town we can see from our location. Pre-war town by the name of Bradberton, currently unoccupied but overrun with ghouls and other critters. Low chance of high-value salvage. Moving on for now. Initial recon of the area has reported heavy radioactive mist. Danger could be mitigated with available suits of power armor. Initial assessment, despite the potential for an easily fortified base of ops, the potential cost in troops and supplies currently outweighs the benefit. Shame, I would have liked having my own goddamn castle. Finally gave in to the badgering of some of my troops and sent a team to investigate the bottling plant at Nuka-World. They seemed to think that place would literally be able to print bottle caps, but anything that valuable would have been scrapped ages ago. They snuck around and found a back entrance to the factory, and there seems to be some decent pre-war robots still active inside, considering leaving a tag bag to add to our dwindling supply. I wonder if we can use the back entrance to it. I mean, theoretically, there's no reason we wouldn't be able to, but at the same time, if you, well, no, I was gonna say, I guess if you could get in there, then you could get into Nuka-World without going through the gauntlet. But no, I guess because of how you have to use the monorail to get here, you have to go through the gauntlet. I guess once you go through the gauntlet, though, you could leave. Well, I mean, you could go to the other parts of the park anyway, actually. So maybe it doesn't really matter. I imagine the back part of it would be open, because I think that's the bottling plant right there. You know, the one with all the bottles on top of it. I know, what a surprise, right? Alright. So heading north, we'll pick up the Red Rocket station here, which also still not on my map, by the way. I say still as if it would magically appear, but you know. But yeah, still not on my map, but we can't really do anything with it anyway, because once, because as I said, we have to, finish the main campaign first anyway. Which I don't know how long it'll take us, in all honesty. Like, if I can take a section of the park, each part, then, I mean, theoretically, next week we'd probably take 2. And the reason I say 2 is because, like, odds are next Monday we'll go around Nuka Town, USA and that, talk to the merchants, pick up any other side quests and that, and do that for Monday. So then we wouldn't head into any of the other parts until Wednesday and Friday. Yes.
Got it.
Missile. Because that's what you put in the safe is missile. I am. What of it? I'm an antique myself. Great working. But yeah, as you can see, the layout's basically the same as the Red Rocket we're used to. I do believe that you can until Nuka-World has power. I do believe though that this way, yeah, I think this field here is also part of it. Like, the layout of the station itself is the same, but I think you get like a way bigger area to build in than back in the Commonwealth. But I mean, that makes sense. Like, I don't know if this fenced in area. If anything, that fence would probably be a boundary, I would guess. Yeah, probably. Oh, look, kitty cat. Oh, look, a bunch of cats. And a chair in a cage. Which is odd. Excuse me, kitties. I was very tempted to buy a cat the other day. Went to the pet store to pick up stuff for my bunnies and that. And they have cats there. Oh, the pack's out here. And, they have their little section with cats. Yeah, there was one cat there. It was very cute. I wanted it, but I have bunnies and guinea pigs and birds. A gerbil and a hamster already, and it's like, that's a lot of rodents to be buying a new cat.
Ain't no one sad about Coulter. Just don't screw this up.
Also, couldn't get any of the helmets. Like, apparently Gage doesn't sell helmets. Like, you see here, like the pack has a huge amount of helmets. I think there is a couple of them that do provide more defense than the rest. But yeah, and then the disciples have a helmet. I don't know if the operators have a helmet. I can't think of what it is if they do, so I'm gonna assume they don't. But yeah, Gage didn't see a helmet even once. And like I said, with all of the helmets that the pack has, I would have assumed that if he sold helmets, that he would have had one at some point. I mean, there's a good chance that we'll come across some dead pack members at some point, but... Alright, here we are at the Morton residence. Now, I'm not sure if there's... a way into this place. I mean, there should be. Oh, well, yeah, there definitely is then if the door is chained. Maybe we'd have to try and get up on the roof or something. Although this seems to be wired up to something. That just goes into the ground. And I don't see it come out of the ground over there. So maybe that's nothing. But I mean, if that door is chained, there's got to be a way in there. So let's see. Can I see any holes in the roof? I would say this might be part of a quest, which is why we can't get in it right now. Maybe like it'll unblock the door if we had the quest active. What the hell are these? A Bromela? So they're just basically less sick-looking Brahmin.
Come on! Cannot call dibs on whatever we find on them.
I mean, sure. It's just cows, so... Okay, so I don't see anything there. See anything there? Alright, let's peek inside here. There's a power armor station. I mean, I'm assuming we need to come in from the basement. If I had to guess. So let's see. Odds are we need to be lower, not higher. This looks promising. Oh, this looks very promising.
Burn them down!
I think if I was in like antique silver locket, I think we already have one of those, but it sounds like something that's at least somewhat rare. But yeah, I think that if I lived in a post-apocalypse, I'd probably do something similar to this if I could. You know, have like all the main entrances and that to the house boarded up, and then so that it looks like it's just boarded up and inaccessible. But then have
One way or another.
have like an entrance like this hidden.
All this time.
Unlock empty. How do I know it's empty if it's locked? Now theoretically, the best thing that you could do, because obviously having the house boarded up and that's nice, but if the house is still standing, and you still have windows, people can see you. So theoretically, the best thing you could do is if you had an entrance like this, is knock down your house so that it's just a pile of rubble above you.
Time to play.
What the hell is pushing me? Fucking
Should have
hell.
known better.
Sick of shit pushing me around. Not on this game though. I was playing. I got the urge to play my Island Saver game. I don't remember if I talked about it. I think I talked about it like forever ago when I first played it, but it I was doing the Fantasy Island DLC yesterday, and shit just kept fucking pushing into me, getting in my way and whatnot. Torso, helmet, and the legs. No arms. Now let's see. No material. No painted. So I think this might. I don't know if it's this one or not. I know there is a location in here where you can get a suit of power armor that has like a special paint job on it. I think it's this one because it can have like a couple of Brotherhood of Steel paint jobs on it that you can't normally get. But because all the pieces are randomized, it has a very like infinitely small chance that you would get a full set with the paint job on each piece. You know? And it probably still has to be like, I don't know if it's I don't know how much it matters, but it's like there's like a certain level range. So it's entirely possible that because I'm at the level where I'm pretty much guaranteed XO1 armor, that like I had zero chance. Because I mean, none of those even had a paint job. Like that was 4 pieces that spawned without a paint job, and I don't know like the odds of any of it happening are. So like, but it's entirely possible that because of my level, I got XO1 armor, which can't contain the Brotherhood of Steel paint job, because I'm pretty sure the Brotherhood of Steel is the T-51, if I'm not mistaken. Book. Sword in a fire, eh? Oh, I can kindle it. We're playing Dark Souls now. Look at all the stim packs. Should I take this? Oh, look at that. And if I take the sword, okay. Well, I mean, that's cool. Dark Souls reference, sure. There you go. You can have your sword back, though. It would be funny if that sword was, well, if that's a Dark Souls reference, so I mean, praise the sun, right? Like, that's what that reference is supposed to be. A lot of games have Dark Souls references, I feel. I know there's one in Borderlands 2, I think, where you have to like cross the it's in the area with all the bugs, and you have to like cross like the acid lake or something to like this little island in the middle, and it has the bonfire there as well. I don't remember what it does in that game, but I think it has like a dead guy in it. And a bonfire. Kind of want to play Dark Souls again, but at the same time, I don't really enjoy Dark Souls. If I were to play it again, I'd probably play the pre-sequel, since, you know, I 100% of Borderlands, I 100% of Borderlands 2, but I never finished the pre-sequel. I've just finished displaying 2 new products along with signage. Please push these new products as often as you can. There will be a bonus of $5 gift card to whoever sells the most. The Cappy Ashtray and Cappy's Candy Cigarettes. Note, Nuka Corporation has not responded to my request to verify if the rumor of actual nicotine being present in their candy cigarettes is true or not. Please do not call attention to this while speaking with customers. Oh, wow. See, Joe Johnson has graciously allowed us to use a couple acres of his land for off-site parking. Parking is $15 an hour with the following notes. Grass lot parking only. Not responsible for damage, lost, or stolen vehicles and or goods. 24-hour towing is available should cars become stuck. Only a 10-minute walk to the bus stop. Bus arrives every 15 minutes. Joe has also suggested that bug repellent be advised. We have park tickets available at a discount price for paying customers. Buy $50 in merchandise and we're authorized to sell tickets for 10% off. We do not take used Nuka-Cola bottles. Should a customer prefer to receive the advertised $15 off, they must purchase their tickets at the Nuka-World gates. Family discounts for families of 5 plus may receive a 12% discount with a purchase of $100 or more. Senior citizens discount is 5%. Veteran and active military discount is 10%. Children ages 2 and younger do not require a ticket. I'm confused by this. So if you buy $50, you get 10% off. But then there's an advertised $15 off. Oh, if you take used Nuka-Cola bottles to the park, they'll give you $15 off. I wonder how many bottles you need to take them to get the $15 off. Oh. And then if you pay $100 as a family, you get 12% off. And then the senior veteran discount, that's just like a standard discount. They don't have to buy the $50. So I wonder if a veteran came in and bought $50 worth of merchandise, if they got 20% off. The following sales are ongoing throughout the year. T-shirts are buy 5, get 1 free. Visors are buy 1, get 1 half off. Customers receive 5% off batteries with the purchase of any product that requires them. See, now that, honestly, that's a great thing to do right there. Like, if I owned a toy shop, I would have batteries for the toys, and the batteries would be full price. But if you bought a toy that required batteries, you get a discount on the batteries. I don't know what the markup on batteries is, so like I don't know how good 5% is, but we recently had an incident where an employee swapped out Nuka-Cola branded items for off-brand knockoffs. This is absolutely not allowed. We operate with the approval of the Nuka-Cola Corporation, so any cheap knockoff quality products are not tolerated and will result in immediate termination. How to tell if an item is off-brand? Names may be spelled wrong or a variant is used. Cappy, Nuka-World. The official Nuka-Cola logo is absent from the product. Some exceptions may be made, so please see management when in doubt. Whoops, not what I want to do. I want to put my gun. I see that there's enemies of some kind. That Gage can deal with them, and yeah. I mean, it's just ghouls, right? So, I mean, probably. That's what the gunner said was here. So. There's also only one thing of even a little bit of interest to me in this place, which is a holotape. And I say a little bit of interest because, like, it's not important at all. But, where the hell did all the ones that direction come from that just spawned in? Oh, good. Oh god, no, not that one, this one right here. I'd like to know what determines if their leg comes off or not. Because, I mean, I can shoot 2 ghouls of the same variation in the same leg with the same gun, and one of them, their leg comes off. But only one of their legs comes off. And it's like, but why? Like, what made that one's right leg stronger than the other one's? Okay, come on, make it around. You're going to go down fairly easily. I gotta say, I like my new armor. It's not nearly as, like, I don't know, intrusive, I guess. Like, my combat armor, I didn't mind the look, but, like, it's just, like, a lot of armor, you know? I'm not even gonna bother. They're ghouls. They're not gonna have, like, anything of any real importance on them. I still think that I would do very well in an apocalypse situation. Because I mean, I think I'd be very good at like getting people organized, doing stuff, getting things working in that. Which makes it sound like, oh, I want to be in charge. Realistically, I don't think I'd want to be in charge. Fever Blossom, sure. I don't think I have any of that. Realistically, I think I'd want to be more of like a second in command type of person. Where, like I can like,
We got company.
um, get stuff figured out and everything, and but have somebody else deal with like the, because I would be better at like piece by piece
Not
things,
today, pal.
whereas like keeping everything running and connected and working would be, I feel, better to leave to somebody else.
Shit.
Here's the holotape.
I think this is it. I can't go any further. I can feel it taking me.
Nice try, asshole. But I'm still standing.
No, gotta keep it together a little longer. Oswald, I'm sorry. I've looked everywhere I could think, but there's no cure. What towns and outposts I could find said that weak ghouls just go feral eventually, and there's nothing to be done. Maybe it was the misters. Held out. As long as I can. I know this isn't what you want, but I can't stand the thought of mindlessly attacking everyone around me. So I've decided to end it on my own terms. I don't know why it hasn't affected you the same, but if you still held it together, I want you to move on. Leave Nuka-World. You can still make a life out there. It's not all as bad as we thought. I love you, Oz.
Alright. So now, like I said, not super important, but man, will that come into play later? Because the guy she's talking to on there, Oswald, or the guy that I guess she left it for, I mean, talking to, I guess, might be a bit much. I really hate how low my headshot chance is. He is somebody that we actually do meet in Nuka-World. So, I mean, well, I guess that's it for Bradberton. I mean, all the buildings I saw look to be boarded up. So, I mean, it's possible that I may have missed going in one, but like I said, that holotape was more or less the only thing in there that I even a little bit cared about. Like, if I had searched around and we hadn't found it, I wouldn't cared. Oh, I cannot go that way. Alright. Oh, there we go. So I can't get up on the thing? Huh, I guess not. Okay, well, there's nothing here except a fuck ton of mirelurks, so I'm actually just gonna try and get close enough just so like I can. There we go. The North Point Reservoir, because I think that's a mirelurk in there. But I don't think that there's even. Yeah, nothing. I think we can get a queen to spawn. If I'm not mistaken, but I don't know what gets her to spawn. I'm assuming killing the Mirelurks will do it, but yep, there it is. Boom! God, I love that thing. I don't think I've actually fought a Mirelurk queen yet. Well, actually, no. I may have.
Say the word. You hear?
I really feel like I should have killed these things as well. I mean, yeah, they were in their eggs, but like, come on. Just want to check out this rowboat because I see something glowing in it. Ah, Nuka-Cola quartz. Bottle tarberry. Oh, got some caps. Alright. But yeah, I don't think I fought a Mirelurk queen yet. Or a behemoth. To be fair, I don't think that we've come across very many behemoths. I guess most of them are pretty much out of the way. And I mean, I have the big boy. I'm not going to not use it. I mean, if I'm not going to use it on Mirelurk queens. But I think the only one I may have even fought was the one to take back the castle. And even then, I don't know that I didn't use it on it. It just felt like it should have been because firing off a mini nuke, especially from this. Although I may not have even had the big boy. Well, no, I think I would have. But I think, let's see. Yep, that'll be good for this part. We've now finished everything that's outside Nuka-World. All we have left is the stuff inside, which is all actually like important to the DLC. So next Monday we'll go through Nuka Town, USA, and the Fizz Top Grill area. Probably talk to a bunch of people. I'll have to look up what all the different quests are that I can pick up. There's some holotapes in that we can find. There is a bunch of legendary weapons that you can get, but I think most of them are probably from stores. But either way, that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next week for more.